Hey, and welcome to Chemistry 1211. This is a college chemistry course offered through Sinclair that is for science majors. So if you plan to go into any kind of STEM field such as science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, you have to take a higher level chemistry course. That is this course. So if you've already taken Chemistry 1311, that's great if you plan to go into business or something like that. I mean, it's good background information, but if you go into like a business field, that covers that general kind of laboratory science. But if you're going to go into a specific science, if you're going to go into engineering or some kind of technology or mathematics course or major in college, you have to take a higher level chemistry, and that's this course. Here's the big deal. This is basically a 5 credit hour course, meaning we have to have a lot of time to get through things. Unfortunately, we don't have enough class time for that. For example, we have to spend, I believe it's 3.5 hours a week just on class lecture. Just on going over stuff, it has to be 3.5 hours. Luckily, there's 3 hours and 45 minutes a week of class time. Now, here's the bad part. We also have to have a little over, I think it's 2 hours and 45 minutes of lab time. That we don't have because we only have an extra 15 minutes. So here's what we plan to do. Basically, a certain day of the week, I haven't really decided yet whether it's going to do reverse schedule or not. Originally, I thought about doing this for 7th bell, but then I realized, oh crap, I teach 7th bell this year. So what's going to happen is 5th bell, I don't have a class. So once a week, you are not going to go to your 5th bell class. Again, once a week, you will not go to your 5th bell class. Instead, we are going to have 5th bell and 6th bell double blocked or double belled, or one block if you want to think like that way, just to do our science lab, to get our science lab in. Because these labs may take much more than 45 minutes to accomplish. Part of that 2 hours and stuff like that, 2 hours and 30 minutes to do labs, I believe some of that's also like being able to write lab reports, having discussions, etc. We don't have to do that in class. We can do that outside class. We can maybe do that on Moodle. So we'll just see how things go throughout the year. But I do want to show you some things that are on Moodle. Some of you already know how to do a lot of this, so I mean this is going to be pretty much a no-brainer to you. In fact, if you know all the ins and outs of Moodle, you can pretty much skip this video. But if you have no idea what Moodle is and how to use all these different features, then just watch. Clearly you know how to log on because you're watching this video. I'm going to go to the main page here real quick. So you will have the welcome video here, which is not posted yet because I'm creating it. Clearly, you just click here. Make sure you have a PDF, something that can read PDFs. So an iPad, iPhones can open these, although iPhones suck at doing the assignments. So try not to do the assignments on the phones. It's really hard to do. But these are some of the notes for just a summer assignment. We have videos you would watch, kind of like you're watching this one. And then eventually you get to the assignment. So when you do an assignment, you're going to click Add Submission. First off, it will say, hey, download this PDF. It's a section from a textbook. Read it all, and then answer the questions. And does it say? It does. It tells you right here. Here are the questions you need to answer. So I'm just do that real quick. So it's on download parts of AM textbook. There it is. You scroll down. In fact, it says the first question we have to answer is question 16. So here's question 16 right here. So how many protons and electrons are in a neutral fluorine? And it says atomic number 9, and you'll know how to answer that, I'm sure. Anyways, so when you know the answer, you click Add Submission, Online Text, and you start typing. So I would say question 16, part A, and then I write down what the answer is. Now, I do want to go over some of these different tools right here because these are pretty important. A lot of these you will not use, but just to go over them. This button right here allows you to add an attachment. This one lets you add a video file. This one lets you add a picture. This lets you break a hyperlink. This one lets you create a hyperlink. If you don't know what a hyperlink is, if I say click here and I wanted the here to go to us, if I clicked on the actual word here and I wanted it to send me to a website, I would click that, type in the website, and it would send me there. Odds are you will never, ever, ever, ever use these. These are your bullets. this italicized, bold, obvious. This changes the size of the font, blah, 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 blah. As you can see, usually that's set for paragraph. This is the important one right here. So this is all the extra stuff. Now, unlike in physics, we are not going to use these buttons really. The most important one are these two right here, subscript and superscript. So for these, because in chemistry we have to write a lot of different chemical equations. Let's just say I want to write a chemical equation such as, I'll just do it real quick. 2H, whoa, that's not what I want. 2H, then I need a subscript 2. So I'm going to click this and this will let me write a subscript 2. Okay, so again, that little X with the 2 down is for subscripts. And it doesn't have to be a 2. Whoa, what did I just do? It can be any letters, numbers, etc. So again, that's just a model there. Click it again to go back to normal. Plus, 2. I just clicked the, I don't know if it's working. Maybe it's on. This is called a superscript. So this is like for the exponents. And again, you can write numbers and all that stuff there. So again, subscripts lets the numbers go and the letters go down below. Superscript puts them up high like an exponent. And I just want to show you guys how to write a chemical equation because you'll do that later on. And then I need to put an arrow. Now, sometimes you do that. I don't like that. Actually, there's a little button right here that has a bunch of quick little different symbols you can use. Just draw, put the arrow in. Oh, there's an arrow. And that makes H2O. Now, be careful. You're going to notice if I do that and try to go, oh, I'm going to put a little thing in. Oh, it actually works. If you try to do this on Microsoft Word, it would make the whole thing subscript. So, just FYI. So, that's how you write chemical equations. And that's pretty much it. When you want to put something in, you want to submit it. Click Save Changes. This will show you everything you wrote down. You can edit it. And then save, and then you're going to submit. And that's it. Down here is submit. And you're done.